Good morning, believers. Good morning, Israel. It's your brother JD Nigel, Word of Truth. With Jeff Deloach. Both Chica State Beach. Huntington Beach, California. Coming up on September, hey. Time is going by, whatever that means. Time. Anyway, Heavenly Father, bless my brothers and sisters, bless your family, the ones that believe on your Son, that want to know the story, and want to be reconciled back to you, and don't love the things of this world. We love you, honor you, and exalt you. Amen. So, I've kind of hit a brick wall here. It's so difficult to compete out here in YouTube land because there's so much content. So much content, and a lot of people are really good at making videos. Their goal is to be entertaining and informational and dramatic in some ways, or somehow get your emotions involved so that people, it's more interesting, it's hard hitting, it has an angle, it has a hook or whatever. Good editing. Some people are really good at doing it, the studio look, so they can portray themselves a certain way. And that gets viewers. They think, and some people have some really good, no kidding, some people have a really good spiel. I've been listening to, I've been changing it up. So I've been listening to, MGTOW, men going their own way. Some of you have heard about it, MGTOW. Been watching the videos about what men really want, what men shouldn't do, what women really want, why this, why that, why women are this way, why men are that way. It's and that's depressing in itself. Men and women don't treat each other very good. And especially here in California, it's It's a very money-oriented place I live right here. So that being said, I guess the main point of that is that men my age with money are looking for 28, 29-year-old eye candy, and women my age are so they think they're undesirable, or they're just plain grouchy by now, or so I'm looking at the chance of finding someone to actually love. Not very good. At least by the that a lot of the content that out there is true. It's right. They're right. So that being said, the Maui fires, man, that, I was a little flippant about it at first because it was really weird how I got married in Lahaina, and it was strange to me that I just spoke to my best man from that wedding and his girlfriend that went with us to Lahaina for that trip, and witnessed our marriage and all that. And the next day after I talked to them, Lahaina burned down. So that's kind of been on my mind, just the whole coincidence of that, because I hadn't spoke with them in a long time, at least 5 or 6 years. So I don't know if you can understand how that feels. And I don't know if I can explain it. It's I have quite a bit of connection to Lahaina town. Been there a few times. Went there for Halloween. My middle boy from my first marriage, he lived over in Oahu, so being a surfer, Hawaii is big for us. We love that place. That's the birthplace of surfing, Did you know? If you didn't know that, the Hawaiians were the first surfers. So not only is it a hit on me personally, because I got married there and I have connections to surfing and family was there. Feels like an attack on my culture, my tribe, my certain amount of heritage there for me. It's like I don't like the way this world is. I don't like the way people are so greedy and they want, they only conquered those islands like, I don't know, 180 years ago. They went over there to take the resources, sugar cane, pineapples. So my ex-wife used to live by the sugarcane processing factory there in Haliva. And, you know, when I went there, I saw a lot of, they have ancient monoliths there. So there was ancient people there. There was, like, what do you call them? They're like pyramid style cut block. And when you're in Hawaii, you can feel the spirits there. It's a very spiritual place. It has a lot of spiritual energy, so it feels also like an attack on the creator. Because when I was in Maui, there's a place called Haleakala, and supposedly that's where they might have some of this weaponry up there on the top of this volcano. Haleakala is a dormant volcano. And when I saw that caldera, and the cinder cones down in there, I got the impression that was the last place that God touched, was that volcano. That was the last place he touched. Was my impression, but anyway. Does anyone think that that fire was normal, that it was just organic? Does anyone really think that? Some people really think that. They don't understand that there's so much that we don't know going on in this place. So what is it all about? What is this bullshit in this place that is so distressing? What's the most distressing part to you about what's going on? If you really look at this society we live in, this place we can't escape, this human realm, whatever it is. The part that is most distressing, see, and this is where I'm hoping, there's only a few of you here, and that's all right, I guess. If you're really listening, you could probably consider some of these things I'm saying and do something with your heart and your mind so that the Lord understands and knows that you know and knows that you care. And the most distressing part for me is the lies. So you look at the Bible and you go, man, there's a lot of mysteries. There's a lot of things I don't know. That I wish I did know. I wish the Lord would tell me exactly what this means, what that means. So there's this thing where we feel like we're not being told everything by God, so we're kind of mad. He won't tell us. He won't tell us what's going on. He won't tell us. Why won't he tell us? Does he really care about us? Blah, blah, blah. That attitude, that's why a lot of people turn away from the Bible. They're like, he doesn't tell me anything I need to know. He's not giving me any answers. And so they believe in the things of the world. Well, at least they're telling me something, and they believe this nonsense that's being spit out at us around here. And the things we don't know about our own fellow human and what they're doing is distressing, to say the least. And so, what do a lot of people do? Let me see how much time I got. So what do a lot of folks do? They say, well, God's not telling me anything. The world's hiding shit from me. I might as well get mine, because everyone's confused. If I can just confuse people enough to get mine. So how does this relate to the Bible? How does it relate to Jesus Christ? I'll tell you one thing. The things that God told us are going to be true, and the things that these guys tell us are never going to be true. It's never going to be true here. It's always going to be a lie. It's always going to be a trick, a scheme, a plan, a plot. So what's the theme in the Bible over and over again? The ones that love the Lord and are willing to say, somebody firebombed our people over there. Someone firebombed our people up here in California a couple of years ago. They have the ability to do these things. It's just I'm 62 years old. There was no such thing as wild fires that incinerated vehicles. Until 10 years ago or 8 years ago. So, do we know how they're doing it? There's a few different scientific possibilities. One is that they have figured out how to create plasma plasma balls where the ether, the atmosphere, the air, the pressure, they can throw microwave energy at it, heated invisible energy. You notice when your food's cooking in the microwave, you can't see the energy, right? So they're using that that's one theory, microwave technology and plasma. That's the most likely. Possible satellite technology that has mirroring effect, scalar weapons, where there's a, what do you call it? It's a vector. A vector creates energy from two different sides. Vector. Which creates all kinds of what do you call it? It's when you rub something over and over again, friction. It's a friction causing element, a vector. They could also be, and this is a possibility too, the stuff that comes out of the planes could be full of nanotechnology, nanobots. The metal, the materials that they use for some of the housing, everything has been, a lot of things have been infused with this nanotechnology, and when they superheat the area with the plasma, it sets off these carbon buckyballs, this nanotechnology, and it will react with the scalar weapons, the energy that's being thrown to that area. Plus, with the weather, let me see what I got. Plus, with the being able to steer the weather. So what they did is they had that low pressure hurricane come to the west of the islands, and it created a huge high pressure bubble between the islands, Alaska and California. Huge high pressure area. And so what happens, the winds tend to flow from high to low pressure. That's how they got those winds kicking so hard. And they probably they could almost turn it on and off. Because once the low pressure is at the right spot and the high pressure is right here, all they have to do is open a channel with their microwave arrays that they have in Alaska, and it opens up a channel right there, and all the wind flows into that channel. So anyhow, that's been really bothering me. I don't like to think this way, but they're pretty obvious. They love that plausible deniability. It was just a fire, you idiot. Maybe so. All right, I'm done. I'll come back and read some scriptures. JD Naj, I'm out.